You're watching EAC News. Thanks for joining us. At the 55th Asian Day celebrations, the Cambodian Prime Minister of the ASEAN Special Envoy, Deputy Prime Minister Prak Sokhonn, delivered a keynote speech to commemorate the 55th anniversary of the establishment of the ASEAN on Monday, the 8th of August, as the representative of the ASEAN Chair via pre-recorded video. EAC News reporter Darshana Guchin has the story.
At the celebrations for the 55th ASEAN Day held in Indonesia, the ASEAN Secretary-General Dato Lim Jak Hoi delivered a short speech reflecting on ASEAN's current position in the world. He said that an effective pandemic response guided by the ASEAN Comprehensive Recovery Framework has allowed the region to emerge stronger, safer, and more resilient. Trade volumes in ASEAN have returned to pre-pandemic levels, and the ASEAN economy is forecasted to grow by 4.9% this year and 5.2% next year. Most of all, a key lesson learned through this experience was the importance of the ASEAN community approach. The Minister of Foreign Affairs of Indonesia, Retno LP Marsudi, also delivered remarks and stated that ASEAN's role has been critical in keeping peace in the region, allowing member states to focus on economic cooperation, turning Southeast Asia into one of the largest and fastest-growing economies in the world. With that said, she noted that ASEAN's 55th anniversary comes at a time of great upheaval, with power rivalries continuing to disrupt the stability in the Indo-Pacific region. Internally, ASEAN is also challenged to try and find a solution to the crisis in Myanmar, and member states show great concern over the lack of progress made on the implementation of the 5-point consensus. She quoted the chair of ASEAN, Prime Minister Hun Sen, from his recent meeting with the ASEAN foreign ministers, saying ASEAN should not be taken hostage by the situation in Myanmar and ASEAN must move forward. Hence, she said the issue of Myanmar should not define ASEAN, as ASEAN must fulfill the wishes of the people to live in peace, stability, and prosperity. On this anniversary, she reiterated the call for the Myanmar military junta to implement the 5-point consensus and for the anniversary to be a moment for resolution. During the keynote speech from Deputy Prime Minister Prak Sokhonn, he said that ASEAN was once a region struggling with its security, stability, and development, but is now a thriving region where suspicion has been turned into trust and hostilities and confrontation have been turned into cooperation and development. He said, "With decades of relative peace and stability, ASEAN has prospered way beyond our expectations, with high growth, development, and steady improvement of people's well-being." He noted that over time, ASEAN regionalism has matured and its role in the multilateral world is now also widely respected and recognized, especially as the association has deepened and broadened its relationship with external partners. The ASEAN Special Envoy also commented on the rapidly changing global geopolitical landscape, which has recently presented monumental challenges for ASEAN. He said that while these challenges have always existed and tested ASEAN limits, the association has never before been confronted at the same time with so many perils for the region and the world at large. However, the Deputy Prime Minister said that ASEAN has without fail managed to show its resilience throughout difficult times in the past, and ASEAN still has great opportunity to accelerate economic growth through better connectivity. Particularly, he noted that the entering into force of the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement at the start of 2022 spoke volumes of how ASEAN will capitalize on this mega free trade agreement to re-energize economic recovery in the region. Remarking on the 55th ASEAN Foreign Ministers meeting and related meetings held last week in Cambodia, he described the meetings as a remarkable success and said they stayed primarily focused on community-building efforts and continuing to enhance and expand cooperation with external partners to show that ASEAN is still standing tall and strong during this critical time of great uncertainties in the region and the world. The Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, was established on 8 August 1967 in Bangkok, Thailand, with the signing of the ASEAN Declaration, or the Bangkok Declaration, by the founding fathers of ASEAN, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, and Thailand. Brunei Darussalam joined ASEAN on 7 January 1984, followed by Vietnam on 28 July 1995, Laos PDR and Myanmar on 23 July 1997, and finally Cambodia on 30 April 1999, making up what is today the 10 member states of ASEAN. Darshana Gauchan, EAC News.